massive military strike that they're planning, and for those 3 days it will be incredibly successful as a military operation and devastate Iran. However, the fallout of it will cause America to fall, which is Muslims going crazy worldwide against American interests and the economy collapsing, and that will end up causing Babylon to fall. And so that's that. Now I got 5 more articles before we wrap up the 5-minute update. The first one is from Fox News, August the 31st, and the headline is, "A judge rules gay couples can marry in Iowa." A county judge struck down Iowa's decade-old gay marriage ban as unconstitutional Thursday and ordered local officials to process marriage license for 6 gay couples. That pretty much says enough. And here's the point of that. You see, there's been a number of states in this country that is passed by the people voting that they want marriage to be between a man and a woman, defined as a man and woman. However, the courts are saying, we do not care what the American people think. We're legislating this. And the American people are going to realize the following. They're going to realize, and they are realizing it right now, is that they elected the Democrats for change in the war against Iraq, and the Democrats are just giving lip service to it. They really haven't done anything regarding getting us out of Iraq. So therefore, it's like their voice is not being heard. The American people are saying, we don't want gay marriage, and the courts are doing it anyhow. And so the American people are realizing, what value is it to our democratic, quote-unquote, democratic system, because no one listens to what we want to do anyhow. The politicians do, and the judges order what the agenda is anyhow, and this has got to be seeds for rebellion in the United States of America. Now the next article is from theguardian.co.uk. That is a Britain website. And the headline reads, Human-Animal Embryo Study Wins Approval. Plans to allow British scientists to create human-animal embryos are expected to be approved tomorrow by the government's fertility regulator. You see, the Torah forbids the mixing of seeds, and we are now trying to mix humans and animals. And you know what? When you put together the nations of the world covenant against the covenant made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the nations of the world in the United States promoting actively gay marriage, and now when they are trying to mess with life and to create life and manipulate life, that is all biblical signs that the Bible says that God's not going to put it up with it anymore. That's why Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. That is why the flood came. Because man's heart was so wicked, he doesn't want anything to do with the God of Israel, and basically shoves man's agenda in the face of the God of Israel. Now, the next 3 articles are about the creation of a North American Union and the latest developments on that. And the first is from WorldNet Daily, September the 3rd, by Barbara Simpson, and the headline reads, Keep on Trucking Back to Mexico. We've been had. In fact, the American people got the shaft last Friday evening, twice in fact, and it came from San Francisco's liberal federal courts. There were 2 decisions favoring illegal aliens, big business, border destruction, and sympathetic politicians on both sides of the aisle. One allows Mexican trucks free travel across our border and throughout our country. The second stops the Department of Homeland Security and Social Security from sending notices to employers to check on employees' legality. The ruling favors open borders and illegal rights, a misdemeanor if there ever was one. The first decision opens our southern border to Mexican trucks hauling all kinds of cargo anywhere in the country. It will begin Saturday, Labor Day weekend, an insulting time for a project which will effectively wipe out small trucking businesses and severely harm larger ones. It's been changed to Thursday, September the 6th. Mexican trucks are currently limited to 20 miles inside our country. Now, due to this ruling by the notorious liberal and illegal sympathetic Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, the administration can proceed with its demonstration project opening the U.S. to uncounted thousands of Mexican commercial trucks. We've been told that only 100 carriers will be involved. The intended deception worked. Most people in media thought that that meant 100 trucks. No, it means 100 trucking companies. We don't know how many actual vehicles. We're told they're Mexican companies, but not told who owns those companies. They could be foreign-owned, but licensed to operate in Mexico. This information isn't available to the media or the public, yet we're most affected by this plan, which we're told is required under NAFTA. So beginning Thursday, Mexican trucks will cross the border and travel anywhere in the country, carrying who knows what. What inspections are there? By whom? What terrorist safeguards? Who knows? We're assured the trucks will meet safety emission standards, that drivers will have thorough background checks to be fully qualified, insured, and licensed. Okay, so let's see. Mexico doesn't have a national criminal database, so how do we know these drivers have no records? We can't. So Bush is trying to tell us he's making America safer, and he's got open borders, allowing trucks that are not looked and inspected across over here. What's to prevent terror gangs to jumping in the back of a truck and just coming across the border? And so once again, the American people said they do not want illegal immigrants in this country, and both Republicans and Democrats are not doing anything about it, and John McCain and Senator Kennedy agrees on the issue and is promoting the issue. So they're not listening to us about the war in Iraq. They're not listening to us about gay marriage. They're not listening to us about illegal immigration. They just do what they want. The American people are going to see. Before they thought they had a choice. Well, if the Republicans don't help us, the Democrats will. If the Democrats won't, the Republicans will. Now they're seeing that neither's going to help them. That seeds for rebellion in this country as soon as the economy falls and the person who's working now is out of work. Okay, next article from ABC News. The headline is, Mexico trucks to roll on U.S. highways. The Bush administration can proceed with the plan to open the U.S. border to long-haul Mexican trucks as early as next week, after an appeals court rejected a bid by labor, consumer, and environmental interests to block the initiative. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals in San Francisco late on Friday denied an emergency petition sought by the Teamsters Union, the Sierra Club, and consumer group Public Citizens, who halt the start of a one-year pilot program that was approved by Congress after years of legal and political wrangling. The Transportation Department welcomed the decision and said in a statement that allowing more direct shipments from Mexico will benefit U.S. consumers. Did you hear that? The Transportation Department welcomed the decision and said in a statement that allowing more direct shipments from Mexico will benefit U.S. consumers. No, it causes the dollar to fall. It causes Americans to lose their jobs. It does not benefit U.S. consumers. The 1994 North American Free Trade Agreement approved broader access for ground shipments from both countries by the Clinton administration, never complied with the trucking provision. A special tribunal ordered the Bush administration to do so in 2001. This is a wrong decision for working men and women, Jim Hoffa, president of the Teamsters, said in a statement after the court ruling. We believe this program clearly breaks the law. The Teamsters represent truckers that would be affected by the change. The emergency stay was sought on grounds the administration's pilot program had not satisfied the U.S. Congress requirement on safety and other issues. The appeals court ruled otherwise. The next article, WorldNet Daily, August the 28th. The headline is, San Antonio is developing a NAFTA inland port, and that this Texas city is at the crossroads of U.S., Mexican, Canadian trade. By Jerome Corsi. Union Pacific has announced plans to build a $90 million state-of-the-art 300-acre intermodal rail terminal alongside Interstate 35